Hey everyone, welcome back to the Hazel and Mia podcast. We are sponsored by ExquisitCall.com. So we would love for you to join us in making comments, liking the video, and subscribing to our channel. We are life coach advisors, psychic advisors. We are here 24/7 and encourage you to reach out to us. Today, we are going to be talking about social media and relationships.
Before we start the topic, I've just come up with an idea.
Okay.
This is one for our viewers. Would they like that? Oh, tongue-tied. Would they like us to do an introduction, just a short one, like a 2-minute long one each, that we can put on the profiles so that they can come and check out whenever they want to?
We can absolutely do that. Please, if you like that idea, please comment below. And any other suggestions, topics that you would like for us to talk about, please leave a message and let us know. We are always coming up with new ideas.
And the thing is, we are here, guys, to do what you want us to do. So
Yes.
we need that feedback off you so that we are fulfilling your needs as
Absolutely.
viewers.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's get into the topic. Whether you're single, dating, engaged, married, this is a distraction for all of us. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, yes, there's some bad things about social media and relationships, some good, and then there's the ugly. Okay? So we're going to try and get all of them in today. Let's start on a positive note. Okay? Social media can bring you closer to a lot of people, your grandparents who may live in another state, another country. You can share pictures with them, long distance relationships. If somebody is traveling for a period of time, it helps you to stay in touch.
Yes. Yes.
And those things are priceless. You want to keep that connection. I mean, years ago, if you had someone who was traveling out of the country and you had to make a long distance phone call, it was expensive. And you only had a short period of time to reconnect. But now it is much easier to do those things.
It is. And that's the good side of social media.
Absolutely. Now, you have anything else you want to add to the good part of social media?
With your photos, guys. Oh, sorry, I got hay fever. With your photos, just lock them down so that it's friends only.
That is good. Also, remember, when you're taking a photo of yourself and you're sending it or posting it on social media, yes, you want to be presentable, but you don't want your photos to end up on a site that really can damage your reputation.
Yeah. And my big concern is with photos, especially if you put your children on there. Yeah. Lock your photos down so that friends only can see.
Absolutely.
You'd be shocked how many clients I actually speak to that come back and say somebody else is using my photos for something. Once your photos are out there, there's a carbon footprint of them. So just lock them down.
That's absolutely true. And you cannot be too safe.
No, no.
Especially if you are sharing photos with your grandparents of your children.
Yes.
Remember that eventually your children are going to grow up.
Yes. Yeah. And that's the big thing now, because a lot of people use OnlyFans.
Yes.
Just keep it locked down for your clients if you do.
I don't understand the need for OnlyFans, but I'm in a different generation, and I realize this younger generation is exploring a lot of different things.
Yeah, yeah. I think with OnlyFans, it's a safe way to work in that industry and that field. But at the same time, that's also got a carbon footprint.
Exactly. And we want to avoid issues with stalking,
Yeah,
um, as much as we possibly can. And whether you believe it or not, there is a huge industry of trafficking your photos.
yes, yes. I was actually just going to go on to say a lot of scammers will use your photos to contact somebody on your friend list to say, I'm stuck, can you send me money? Now, this happened to me last year with my email. My
Okay.
my email was hacked and everybody on my contact list was asked to send money. I was really lucky, whereas a lot of my list were clients, so they knew I wouldn't do that. So then they all contacted me and said, are you okay? What's going on? I then had to contact the provider of that email to close that email down completely.
It causes you a lot of hassle, things you
Yeah,
wouldn't think of. Because once
yeah,
you have to change your email address, let's say you use your email address to pay bills.
yeah,
All of that information has to be changed. Your passwords need to be changed. And like I said, you cannot be too careful. I know that there are a lot of people who are very shy and they find social media their way of meeting people.
yes, yeah.
As long as you keep the introductions on social media at a distance,
Yeah, yeah.
um, you know, it's a, I won't
Don't
say
go
it's a
send,
good idea.
don't go sending explicit photos.
Correct.
If they ask
Um,
personal details like where you live, don't tell them.
exactly.
They'd obviously ask you where you're from because that's part and parcel of getting to know each other.
Right.
Just tell them the area. Like if somebody was to ask me where I'm from, I'd say Norfolk because I live in Norfolk, but there's
Mhm.
villages within Norfolk. I would never give them the details of my surrounding areas. Then Norfolk is a big place, so they'd
And
have a hell of a lot to look through.
and that also means that you need to kind of keep your profile um, unidentifiable.
Yes,
Okay. If you want to meet new people, chat with new people, create that persona
yes,
and bring that persona to the profile so that
definitely.
it is harder for them to track you.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Like on my profile, I'm still registered as living in Wales because that's
Okay.
the way I like it. And that may sound strange to some people, but with this job, you'll be surprised how many times we have been stalked, how
Mhm.
many times somebody have followed us around social media.
Yes.
We've had cases where we've had to threaten the police,
Yes.
you
We
know,
have.
so we know from first hand how dangerous it can be.
Absolutely. And that is going to bring us to the bad part of social media. You, if you're using social media to meet people and things like that, what about the people that are around you? Colleagues in your job, um, neighbors. What about those people? Remember, they're real people too.
Yes.
And these are people that you can actually identify with because you have something in common, whether it's you work at the same job or you live in the same neighborhood, you may go to the same restaurants, enjoy the same type of food. Don't just obliterate them from your view. Okay. If you're on your phone meeting new people 24/7, you're really um, misusing the people around you who would really like to get to know you.
I always say it's important that we touch grass
Yes, exactly.
because there's so many not nice people on the internet when it comes to meeting on social media. You start getting to know somebody, then all of a sudden their father, brother, mother, sister have been in a car accident and they need so much money to pay for their medical bills. The other one is, I'm in the armed forces, they've given me leave, but they won't give me my money yet. And there's so many things to look out for, so many
Yes,
red flags.
absolutely. And I mean, those are obvious scammers who
Yes.
are reaching out to somebody who may have befriended you
Yeah.
for or a while ago, and you would never think that, oh, they are going to take advantage of me or anything like that. It's easier to take advantage of someone when you don't physically know them
Yeah.
than it is. But
Another big red flag to look out for is these people normally work in teams.
yes,
So they'll have one team in one part of the world and one team in another part of the world. So at all times, somebody is available if you send a message. So what they'll do, you will notice yourself the difference in typing, the difference in the way they're saying things,
mhm.
because when one team sleeps, the other team is awake, and that's the way they do it.
And this is a billion-dollar business,
Yeah,
scamming people out of their money. And
yeah,
I know a lot of us say, oh, I would never fall for something like that. But when you are so involved in social media, sometimes your, what is it? Your antenna
yeah,
is not working properly.
yeah. Another thing you can do, see, and I've learned this off my kids because I was looking for something and they said just Google reverse it. If they send you pictures and you're thinking, that don't look like the way the person is talking,
Yeah.
Google reverse the image because that will give you the correct name of the person.
And okay, there are a lot of people out here who are very lonely. And I understand that you're innocently looking for friendship, relationships, or things like that. You would do so much better to join a social media group
Yeah,
where there is more than just 5 people in the group.
yeah. The other thing I say is, at least with the group, is safety in numbers.
Yes.
So nobody is going to come in and try and do something wrong then with that amount of you in the group. And don't take it to personal message straight away. Get
Right.
to know the person within the group first.
And you will find if it's a legitimate group that they will tell you not to message one on one. You message in the group, you have a
Yeah,
conversation in the group, you have a topic in the group, and that will help you feel a little less lonely. Okay. Um, you also want to consider when you're in a relationship. with someone that you don't want to emotionally cheat
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
this relationship, okay? It can be too easy to get yourself involved in a situation like that, where
Yeah.
you're talking with someone that you don't know and they seem to be in the
They
same
woo you.
situation.
Yeah.
Yes,
They woo you. They will tell you things feeding off what you were telling them.
absolutely. Like, oh, wow, that picture of you was so beautiful. You're a lovely person. I would love to get to meet you. You have such a lovely smile. And uh, I'm just so attracted to your smile. It is a way to connect with you and not necessarily in a good way.
Yeah.
We've,
Because
oh, yeah, go ahead.
if you think about it, straight away they've given you compliments.
Mhm.
Straight away they haven't said, "Hi, I'm Jack. Are you free for a chat?" That would be more approachable than "You're beautiful, you're gorgeous, you're this, you're that." If somebody said that to me, I would tell them to do one. But some people need that company, so they would thrive off those compliments.
Yeah, and when someone is lonely, I'm not trying to say that anyone is oblivious when they're lonely or an easy mark. But when you're lonely, you are emotionally
Yeah.
um, s- stressed.
Yeah. When you're now saying about emotionally as well, when you go into a relationship, guys, and this concerns social media, you need to put clear boundaries in place. What you consider is cheating with social media.
Absolutely. Yes.
Because social media, when a client comes to me and say, "You've been chatting to so and so," and I'll say, "Is there anything sexual there?" "No, but he's chatting." "But have you told him that he's not allowed to speak to people?" No, but he's allowed to have friends." They're not speaking anything sexual, so it's a friendship that they are building up. If it makes you feel insecure, you need to tell him. So, guys, put those boundaries in place as to what you consider cheating from the very start of a relationship.
And we're going to call those digital boundaries because you're
Yes,
doing it through social media.
yes,
So don't um, don't hesitate to speak up. It's actually easier to speak up on social media if you are feeling uncomfortable about something that has
yes.
occurred because you literally don't have to face that person.
No, no. If things get too hot, get too stressful, start moving way too quick,
Mhm.
block button. That becomes everybody's favorite, should we say, favorite little friend?
Say hello to my little friend.
Yeah. So don't be afraid to use that button as well. It's all about safeguarding yourself, guys.
Now, now we're going to get to the ugly part of social media and relationships. Okay. When you are in a physical relationship with someone, you're married, you're engaged, you're committed to another person, you have to recognize that social media is too easy for you to air any problems that you might have.
Yes. Social media is actually one of the biggest reasons why relationships, marriages break down.
Yes. It's almost a form of public drama.
Yes. Yeah.
And when you get into a relationship or an engagement or a committed relationship, let's say, you have to be mature enough to understand that there are responsibilities that you have in this relationship.
Yeah.
Uh, so you want to keep the private messaging out of your relationship. You want to keep secret accounts out of your relationship, and try not to overshare. Yes, we have those times where we have an argument, we have a disagreement in our relationship, and we normally would have our best friend to vent to.
Yeah.
And now social media is becoming more, taking over the best friend role.
And this is really important to point out. Sorry, Maria.
No, go ahead.
All put in, I hate him, I dislike him, he's an animal, he shouted at me on social media. When you sort things out, your family and friends are straight away going to be, I don't like him, you're not having him back. That's where all the issues start.
Yes. Because I can tell you right now, no mother likes to have her son dragged through a public street
Yeah.
and walloped
Yeah.
for everyone to see, shamed for everyone to see. And it's all because you're having a moment.
Yeah.
And ladies, let's be honest, we have a moment every month.
Yeah. My nan always used to say, don't go airing your dirty laundry in public.
Exactly.
And that still sticks with me now.
Well, it was easier before social media to stick to something like that, to not air any arguments that you had, or not to be abusive.
Yeah.
And you're using the excuse that, oh, I wasn't abusive to him physically. But when you shame someone, when you embarrass someone, that is a form of abuse. And ladies and guys, we are dealing with a mental health crisis.
Yeah. And let's face it, we are all better than that. We are all better than telling the whole world we've fallen out with someone.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you're going to have people gossiping about you behind your back.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have people saying, oh, I can't believe she said this and I can't believe you've done that. Don't give people the entertainment value. Your life is not entertainment.
Exactly. That's absolutely true. And remember, when we were younger, we used to play this game all the time called telephone.
Yes.
And by the time it got to the third person, the whole message changed.
Yeah. Chinese whispers, we used to call that.
Chinese whispers.
It'd start off one message, by the end, it'd be all confused. It's like a Chinese person had written it.
Okay.
That's what to say when we were little. That was the name of the game.
But it not only changes the message, it changes the feelings that were involved.
Yes. Yeah.
And when you hear this message come back to you, and you know it wasn't how it went out, imagine how the third party feels.
The damage that will have done being passed through the lines,
yes,
is astronomical.
And we're speaking from experience.
Yes.
We've been there and we've done that. Now we're watching how our next generation are using these new tools. You have a lot of new devices and technology that is coming to you, and it's important that you learn to use it responsibly and teach others to use it responsibly.
When I'm on social media, if I see something, I will message the person, because like if they're on my friends list, I'll message them and say, take that down because that's going to cause this damage to your family. And then they message me back and say, oh, I didn't think of that. So it's okay to let off steam, but write it in a book rather than on social media.
Exactly, okay? And the time that you put all of this out onto social media, you could actually use to work out the problem that
Yes.
is actually occurring.
Yeah.
And our goal always should be to focus on the solutions
Yeah. Not the
that,
problem.
not the problem,
Just the
because
yeah.
solutions will build your relationship, make it stronger. You will have loyalty and trust.
Yes. And that's
And
important.
it's absolutely important, more than you will even know. I mean, I have seen already so many relationships break up after 6 months, if they
Yes.
last that long.
Yeah.
And it's partially due to not being emotionally available, focusing on your followers and all of
Yes.
your social media accounts.
Yeah.
You're actually not doing any justice to yourself.
No. When I go out, if I go out with the girls,
Mhm.
or if I'm going out shopping, my phone will go on silent and it'll go in my bag.
Absolutely. It is the worst thing to do when you go out with your friends. You want to have a coffee date or you want to have a dinner date and you have your phone on the table.
Yes. Yeah.
Give
It's rude.
your all to the group that you're with.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
yes,
ask for a bowl. And what you can do is when you're all there, everybody puts their phone in a bowl and it stays in that bowl until you leave that place at the end of the night.
there you
Like,
go.
obviously, if you go to a club or you go to somewhere that's got lots of drunk people, you wouldn't be able to do that. But
Right.
if you're going out for a meal or you're going out for coffee, it's easy enough to ask for a plate or a bowl and put all your phones there.
And watch and see how stronger your relationships become,
Yes,
because you are giving more attention to the people around you that you
yeah,
want to spend time with.
definitely.
I guarantee you that building your followers on any social media platform, those people will not be there when you're
No.
on your sick bed, when you need some physical comfort.
I want people to remember is social media isn't the real world.
That's a nice way to put it.
But it's not, because you're talking into a phone.
Correct.
You're not having proper conversation. You think how much joyous it would be you pick up that phone and have a conversation
Okay.
rather than doing everything over social media.
And remember, I said that your profile should not give all of your information away.
Yeah,
So, literally, you're not really being 100% with anyone who doesn't know you,
yeah,
who joins your social media platform.
yeah,
So, they're being a little, I mean, when people become friends, you can tell right away whether or not this is a lasting friendship,
yeah,
or if this is just a way to build a following.
yeah.
Don't be a victim to this, and
No.
don't make your relationship the catalyst.
If you're focused so much on followers, you need to ask yourself, if you was in a car accident and you had a broken leg, how many of those followers would come and offer to do your shopping or to change your beds and do your housework?
Very good. Okay. So, so what we're learning is that we need to set digital boundaries. We
Yes.
need to have offline time.
Yes.
Um, don't compare uh, the real life people to the following that you have and be honest about the things that make you uncomfortable,
Yes.
and then build trust with your partners in your life, in your real life.
Yeah. Yeah,
Make
definitely.
make that your priority.
Yeah.
And maybe you will find that if you are able to build that trust, you might have a little less trips to the therapist because you have someone special to share these things with, someone who's going to help you find the solution. And if people are telling you they're there to help you find the solution, but they only make the situation worse, understand that this is toxic
Yes.
and you need to move on. Hence, setting those boundaries.
And people that offer to do that and make the situation worse, more often or not, they want to make the situation worse so that you can split up. So be cautious
Exactly.
of that as well.
Exactly. So that's not on the social media topic, but it does happen on social media
Yeah. Yeah.
where your followers will go through your pictures and see who you're in a relationship with, why you should not put it all out there for everyone to see, because
No.
we all need to have some privacy. Remember that.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
Okay, so if any part of this hits home, give it a thumbs up and drop a comment below. How has your social media impacted your relationships? Good, bad, or ugly? We want to hear
Definitely. And then we got something to carry on with our
it.
little series.
Absolutely. So subscribe for more real talk with Hazel and Mia, and enjoy
Definitely.
your weekend. And we want to make new friends too. Okay.
Yes, without a doubt, that's for sure.
Goodbye, everyone. It was such a
Bye.
pleasure.